Now we move to Module 5, which is all about the automotive core tools. These tools are essential to implementing and maintaining a strong quality management system in the automotive industry. They are widely used by suppliers and manufacturers to ensure product and process quality from the design phase to production. In this module, we will cover the 5 core tools recognized by the automotive industry. 1. APQP, Advanced Product Quality Planning. 2. PPAP, Production. Part Approval Process. 3. FMEA, Failure Mode and Effects, Analysis. 4. MSA, Measurement System, Analysis. 5. SPC, Statistical Process Control. Each of these tools supports a different phase of the quality life cycle, and together they help meet customer-specific requirements and ensure compliance with IATF 16949. This slide introduces us to the concept of automotive core tools. These tools are a set of globally recognized methodologies that help ensure quality across the entire product life cycle, from design and development to production and service. They are especially important for implementing IATF 16949 effectively. Think of it this way. IATF 16949 tells us what needs to be done to maintain quality standards in automotive manufacturing. The core tools tell us how to do it. They give us the practical approach, methods, and tools to achieve those quality requirements. These tools are not optional, they are fundamental and expected to be used by any organization, certified under IATF 16949. This slide introduces the 5 main automotive core tools which are essential in the automotive industry for ensuring consistent quality and compliance with IATF 16949. Let's briefly go through each. 1. APQP Advanced Product Quality Planning. This tool is used for structured planning of product and process development. It ensures quality is built into the design from the beginning. 2. PPAP Production. Part Approval Process. This helps verify that the supplier can manufacture parts consistently meeting customer requirements before mass production begins. 3-point FMEA Failure Modes and Effects. Analysis, a preventive tool used to identify potential failures in a product or process, assess their risk, and prioritize actions to avoid them. 4th, MSA Measurement System. Analysis ensures the measuring systems we use are accurate and reliable, which is crucial for quality checks. 5. SPC Statistical Process Control. A statistical tool that monitors and controls production processes to make sure outputs stay within desired limits. These 5 tools work together to help organizations build quality into their processes, detect problems early, and maintain customer satisfaction. Core tools are called so because they are integrated, standardized, and essential for IATF 16949 certification. They work together as a system to ensure consistent quality across the global automotive supply chain. Think of building a high-performance car. Core tools guide every stage of this process. APQP is the project roadmap to design and set up the factory. FMEA identifies potential engine failures and prevents them. PPAP gives proof to the customer that your factory can consistently make quality braking systems. MSA ensures your measurement tools, like tire pressure gauges, are accurate. SPC continuously monitors processes, like robot welding, to maintain consistent quality. Together, these tools ensure the car is reliable, safe, and built right every single time. A PQP stands for Advanced Product Quality Planning. It's a structured method that helps ensure the product meets customer needs. We follow a proactive approach here. Instead of reacting to problems during production, we plan ahead to prevent them in the early development stages. The key purpose of APQP is Smooth communication between customers and suppliers. Making sure every step is completed on time and with quality. Avoiding design and manufacturing defects. Managing risks effectively during product development. In short, APQP helps deliver the right product, the right way, the first time. Let's understand the key phases of APQP. 1. Plan and define program. We identify customer needs and define project scope. This includes setting quality objectives and planning activities. Example, a carmaker defines what features a new infotainment system should have. 2. Product design and development. Here, we convert customer needs into actual product design using tools like Design FMEA and prototypes. Example, engineers create and test the system's hardware-software and look for design flaws. 3. Process design and development. Now we plan the manufacturing process to ensure quality production. We use process FMEA, control plans, and choose the right equipment. Example, the team sets up the assembly line and uses robots while checking for process risks. This slide highlights 2 key steps in ensuring product quality and customer satisfaction. First, we have product and process validation. This step confirms that the product and process can meet customer requirements in real production conditions. It includes trial runs, validation, and preparing all required PPAP documents. For example, if an infotainment system is being launched, a pilot run is done on the actual production line to ensure it performs perfectly and can be manufactured consistently. Second, we have feedback, assessment, and corrective action. After the product is launched, performance is monitored in real-world conditions. If issues like touchscreen unresponsiveness arise, the root cause is analyzed and corrective actions are taken to improve design or production processes for future units. This ensures continuous improvement. Using automotive core tools brings clear benefits. It reduces product launch time and cost, helping companies go to market faster. It ensures better product quality and reliability, which builds brand trust. It leads to higher customer satisfaction by meeting expectations consistently. Most importantly, it enables proactive problem prevention, so issues are caught before reaching production. That's why these tools are essential in the competitive automotive world. PPAP stands for Production Part Approval Process. It is a formal method to prove that the supplier can consistently make parts that meet all design and specification requirements during actual production. Before full-scale production starts, PPAP ensures everything is aligned between supplier and customer. Main purposes of PPAP are to confirm the supplier understands and meets all customer requirements, to show the process can repeatedly produce quality parts, to validate that all design or process changes are correctly applied and approved. PPAP builds customer trust before mass production begins. A full PPAP submission can include up to 18 required documents, but the actual number depends on the customer's submission level. Some key elements commonly included are design records, like technical drawings and specifications, engineering change documents, any approved changes, customer engineering approval, if needed, design FMEA, DFMEA, to analyze design-related risks, process flow diagram, a visual of the full manufacturing process, process FMEA, PFMEA, to assess manufacturing failure risks. Control plan ensures proper controls are in place for quality and consistency. Each document plays a role in proving the process is capable, controlled, and ready for production. These are the final documents that complete a PPAP package. MSA studies confirm that measurement tools are reliable. Dimensional results. Actual measurements of production parts. Material test results. Ensure materials meet performance standards. Initial process studies, SPC, show that the process is stable and capable. Qualified lab docs. Confirm labs are certified for testing. Appearance approval report, for parts with visual requirements. Sample product. Actual part samples sent to the customer. Master sample. Assigned approved sample for future reference. Checking aids, tools used during inspection. Customer-specific requirements, CSRs, proves custom expectations are met. Part submission warrant, PSW. Final approval signed by both supplier and customer. Together, these documents ensure quality, traceability, and customer confidence before mass production begins. PPAP benefits. Summary. It reduces the risk of bad or defective parts reaching the customer. Builds a clear understanding between the supplier and customer. Helps in smooth and timely product launches. Improves product quality and reduces future warranty claims. Example. Before a company can mass-produce automotive seat belts for a new car, they must get approval from the OEM by submitting a complete PPAP package. This proves that everything, from design to process, is in control. In this slide, we are looking at some key documents and tools required in the automotive industry to ensure quality and compliance before mass production can begin. 1. Drawings of the seat belt assembly. These are technical drawings that show how the seat belt is designed. It includes every part and connection, so the OEM knows what the final product will look like. 2. Test results. These results prove the strength of the webbing and the reliability of the buckle. This ensures the safety of the product. 3. Statistical data. This data shows that the manufacturing process is consistent and stays within dimensional tolerances. It proves process capability and stability. 4. Process FMEA. This is a risk analysis document that shows how the supplier plans to prevent errors during the production process. It helps identify and control potential failure points. 5th Part Submission Warrant, PSW. This is a signed document that confirms everything meets OEM requirements. Once the OEM approves it, the supplier can start mass production. This slide introduces FMEA, which stands for Failure Modes and Effects Analysis. FMEA is a proactive tool used to identify, evaluate, and reduce risks of failures, either in product design (DFMEA) or manufacturing processes (PFMEA). By analyzing potential failure modes, their effects and causes, we can take preventive actions before the failure actually happens. Purpose of FMEA includes identifying potential failures early in the development cycle, evaluating the impact of these failures, prioritizing actions based on risk, using criteria like severity, occurrence, and detection, often abbreviated as SOD, documenting and tracking risk mitigation actions, supporting continuous improvement efforts. Think of it like a structured way of asking, what could go wrong? How bad would it be? And how can we prevent it? In this slide, we are discussing two major types of FMEA used in the automotive industry: Design FMEA, DFMEA, and Process FMEA, PFMEA. 1. Design FMEA, DFMEA. This focuses on identifying potential failures in the product design stage. It helps us think about what might go wrong with the design before the product reaches the customer. For example, a DFMEA for a car's brake caliper might point out issues like insufficient material strength or improper piston seal design. These are failures that can affect performance and safety. 2. Process FMEA, PFMEA. This is applied during the manufacturing process to prevent errors that could lead to defective or non-conforming products. It looks at how a good design can fail if the process is not followed properly. For instance, a FMEA for assembling a car door might detect risks like incorrect bolt torque or missing sealant application. Both DFMEA and PFMEA are proactive tools to reduce risk and ensure quality and safety in automotive production. This slide explains the core of how FMEA works, through assigning 3 key ratings to each identified failure mode. These ratings are given on a scale of 1 to 10, and they help prioritize the risks. 1. Severity, S. This measures how serious the effect of a failure is on the customer or the next process. A rating of 1 means minor impact, while 10 means hazardous or a major safety concern. Second occurrence, O. This indicates how often the cause of the failure is likely to happen. 1 means very rare, and 10 means very frequent or almost certain to occur. 3. Detection, D. This rating tells us how easily the failure or its cause can be detected before it reaches the customer. A value of 1 means easy to detect, while 10 means it is almost impossible to detect. By combining these 3 numbers, S times O times D, we get the risk priority number, RPN, which is used to decide which issues to address first. This slide focuses on how the risk priority number, RPN, is calculated and why FMEA is valuable. The 3 ratings, severity, S, occurrence, O, and detection, D, are multiplied to calculate the RPN. RPN equals S times O times D. The higher the RPN, the greater the risk, meaning those issues should be addressed first. Once the RPN is calculated, the team works to reduce any of the 3 components, S, O, or D, by taking corrective actions. Then, the RPN is re-evaluated to track improvement. Key benefits of FMEA. Proactive risk identification. You find problems before they happen. Better product and process design. Helps you improve designs and manufacturing efficiency. Lower warranty costs and fewer recalls. Because you catch issues early. Happier and safer customers. Because products work better and safer. Knowledge sharing. Helps pass on lessons learned for future projects. This slide provides a practical example of a process FMEA, PFMEA, for a welding operation. Process step, welding potential failure mode, incomplete weld effect of failure. This could lead to weak joints, part breakage, or even safety hazards. Severity, S, is high at 9, indicating serious consequences. Potential causes, insufficient current or wrong electrode usage. Occurrence, O, is 5, which is moderate. Current control, visual inspection, not very reliable for detecting internal defects. Detection, D, is 6, indicating difficulty in catching the issue early. Hence, the RPN equals 9 times 5 times 6 equals 270, which is quite high and calls for immediate attention. Recommended actions. Use automated weld monitoring systems to reduce detection issues. Implement POCA yoke, mistake proofing, for correct electrode selection. Train operators to better recognize weld defects early. This example highlights how PFMEA drives continuous improvement and process reliability. This slide introduces Measurement System Analysis, MSA, a critical tool in the automotive core tools. MSA is a structured approach used to evaluate the accuracy, precision, and reliability of a measurement system. A measurement system includes more than just the instrument. It covers the gauge, operator, method, and environment. The purpose of MSA is to ensure the measurement system is suitable for its intended use. We understand how much variation in the process is actually coming from the measurement system itself. Measurements are repeatable and reproducible, which means they are consistent and correct. And most importantly, it helps build confidence in the data we use to make quality and process decisions. So in simple terms, MSA ensures that we can trust the numbers we're using to control and improve our process. This slide explains the key concepts in MSA, or Measurement System Analysis. MSA helps us understand whether the measurement system we use is accurate and consistent. Let's break it down into two main categories. 1. Accuracy. It tells us how close the measurement is to the true value. Bias is the difference between the observed average and the actual value. Linearity shows how consistent that bias is across the measurement range. Stability refers to how bias changes over time. 2. Precision. Gauge R&R. This refers to the repeatability and reproducibility of the measurement. Repeatability. When the same person measures the same item with the same tool multiple times, do they get the same result? Reproducibility. When different people use the same tool to measure the same item, do they all get the same result? Finally, we use a gauge R&R study to calculate how much of the measurement variation is due to the measurement system itself. This slide highlights the benefits of Measurement System Analysis, MSA, and gives a real-world example using a gauge R&R study. Benefits: MSA helps reduce errors in interpreting process performance. It prevents bad decisions like rejecting good parts or accepting bad ones due to measurement inaccuracies. It leads to better process improvement decisions by ensuring reliable data. Example: Gauge R&R study. Let's say an engine piston manufacturer wants to ensure precise measurement of piston diameter using a micrometer. They select 10 different pistons. 3 different operators each measure all 10 pistons. Each piston is measured 3 times by each operator using the same micrometer. The data is then analyzed to see how much variation comes from the measurement system. If gauge R&R variation is less than 10%, the system is acceptable. If it's greater than 30%, the system is not acceptable and action must be taken. Better gauge, operator training, etc. This example shows how MSA helps identify measurement errors and improve system reliability. This slide introduces Statistical Process Control, SPC, a core quality control tool that uses statistical methods to manage and monitor production processes. Definition: SPC helps track how a process behaves over time by using data collected during production. It helps detect unwanted variation, keeps processes stable, and ensures that the final product meets specifications. Purpose of SPC: monitor process performance to identify any shifts or trends early. Differentiate between common cause variation, natural variation within the process, special cause variation, due to unusual events or problems that need correction. Keep the process in statistical control to ensure predictable and consistent quality. Reduce waste and rework by addressing issues proactively. Support continuous improvement, which is crucial in modern quality systems. Using SPC effectively can significantly improve process efficiency, reduce cost, and enhance customer satisfaction. This slide explains 2 important SPC concepts: variation and control charts. First, variation. Every process has variation. SPC helps us categorize variation into common cause variation. This is the natural, random variation that is always present in a stable process. Examples: slight changes in raw material, minor temperature fluctuations. It's expected and usually doesn't need action. Special cause variation. This type is unusual and can be traced to a specific cause, like a machine breakdown, an untrained operator, or a defective material batch. It signals that something is wrong and needs to be corrected. 2. Control charts. These are the main tools used in SPC. They plot data over time and include upper and lower control limits. If the points stay within these limits and show no unusual trend, the process is said to be in control, meaning only common cause variation is present. But if points fall outside the limits or show a specific pattern, like a consistent upward trend or too many points on one side of the average, this signals a special cause. Action must be taken to investigate and fix it. These concepts help us maintain predictable, high-quality processes. This slide provides a practical example of statistical process control (SPC) in action. Here, a manufacturer is monitoring the thickness of brake discs using SPC. Every hour, they take a sample of 5 discs and plot their average thickness on an X bar chart, the range on an R chart. What does this help with? If all data points stay within control limits, the process is stable and everything is functioning normally. But if one point falls outside the control limits, it indicates a special cause. For example, the cutting tool might be worn out. A machine setting might have been changed. The operator then stops the process, investigates, and fixes the issue. This prevents a large number of defective parts from being produced. This is a great example of how SPC helps in real-time quality control. In this slide, we are looking at an example of how statistical process control, SPC, is used in the automotive industry. A manufacturer of brake discs takes samples of 5 discs every hour to monitor their thickness. They then use an X-bar chart to track the average thickness and an R chart to observe the range of values. If all the plotted points fall within the control limits, it means the process is working normally, and there is no unusual variation. However, if a point suddenly goes outside the upper control limit, it indicates a special cause. For example, the cutting tool might be worn out, or a machine setting may have changed. In such a case, the operator immediately halts the process, investigates the root cause, and fixes the issue to avoid producing faulty discs.